You got me now? Whoop. Whoop. You got me now, guys? Can you see me now, guys?
No.
You still can't see me?
We can't see you.
We could see you before it dropped out.
One sec.
So Hector's not with us today.
There you are.
Okay. Beautiful. Sorry, guys. I don't know why my iPad's not working. I'm just letting you all in. That's why I didn't have my camera on. Cool. We're all here. Yeah, cool. All right. Morning, guys.
Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Cool. All righty. So yesterday I saw a really cool picture of Nick Wise. He was somewhere and I was like, oh, where's that, mate? He's in Kiama. And I loved his response. He said, I'm having a 2-day break because I'm coming back for 2 months worth of hard work. So I think that's what it is, at the moment. Like, now's not the time for a week's holiday. Now's not the time for a few days holiday. We've got a really short run between now and Christmas. But if some of you are tired, a short break can really power that, if that makes sense. But like I always say, at the end, or Smiles, I said the other day, he'd made 37 calls. I said, if I gave you $1,000 to make 50, would have you made 50? And he said, yes. So it's always us getting in the way. I'm doing a bit of work with Lincoln at the moment. And I think one thing that I want us all to work on, this is something I want us all to work on, is our routines. All right. So our routines in our morning, our routines around prospecting, our routines around everything. Our routines will absolutely set us free. So, all right. Stokesy.
Good morning, David.
Hello, buddy. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you're good at the moment, mate. Why are you good at the moment? What's happening? What's changed in your morning routines?
Up early, go to the gym, come home, have a cold shower.
Cool. And what's the difference in your energy at the moment to where you were a month ago?
Oh, it's flipped around. Like not lethargic, not hitting 12 o'clock, wanting to have a nap. Like I'm more with it for sure.
Yeah, cool. All right. So everyone's morning routine. I just had breakfast with Matt King and he trains in the afternoon, not in the morning. So but he was fresh in the morning. So everyone has a different routine. But I think what I find with myself personally is that my day start off, I wake up, whatever time I wake up, checking emails. From that, I'm straight onto emails. I'm straight into work. And then I'm action thing. What I'm learning to do is what I want to be doing is actually slowing down to speed up. So in that is finding time for my meditating, finding my time for my journal. So what I'd like us to do in the next week is work out and look, you're not going to get it perfect every day, but what is our morning routine? And I know Lincoln, this new coach that I've been working with, if we can, and it's not perfect, but if we can aim to get up every day at the same time and go to bed roughly at the same time every day, that will set us up in a good stead. So the first thing is, what's your morning routine around exercise? What's your morning routine around breakfast, coffee, everything like that, so that we're getting to work in the right headspace, number one. Number two, we all know Ollie, and Ollie, good mate of mine. Ollie's writing $2.5 million a year, working for Gavin Runestein. He's having a cracker year. And he goes, I'm frazzled, Dave. I'm frazzled. I'm like, you're frazzled. Why are you frazzled, Ollie? And obviously, Ollie and I have known each other a long time. I could talk to him very straight. What do you mean, mate? And anyway, so I said, I want you to pretend you're going away on holidays. What would you do? He goes, I'd write out a list. So I said, write out a bloody list. All right. And I said, show me your diary. Anyway, he got all a bit shy. He goes, I don't really have much on today. I'm like, so you're frazzled. You're frazzled, but you don't have a list and you don't have your diary set for the next day. And this is coming from a really successful guy. All right. So I ripped him apart and I said, bang, go to the office, write up a list of everything. And I'm talking personal stuff. Remember my weekly thought the other week, we all have this and this, I'm not perfect. Like I just said to Matt King, I admitted this morning, I came home from Sydney, came straight to the office, dropped my stuff off. Instead of putting it all away, I then went home yesterday, got changed. So there's another set of clothes there. I went to the gym. Then I did freaking boxing with Stokesy. I had dinner. By the time I was stuffed, I ended up falling asleep on the couch. By the time I go to bed, I couldn't be bothered putting my clothes. I threw my freaking crap on the floor, went to the gym this morning, and then got myself organized. So, you know, I was 20 minutes behind today just to do that. So I'm not preaching at you guys like I'm perfect, but if we get it right, it makes such a difference. Now, the good thing is I had time this morning to get it right. I'm now not in the office. Now I feel quite calm and centered again. I feel quite grounded. Where if I'd left that another day, I wouldn't have felt like that. Does that make sense? So what's your day look? If you're an afternoon person, then you write your day out for the next day. If you're a morning person, you write it out. Now, it's not every minute of the day, but during that, what are we doing between 8 and 9? What are we doing 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 1 to 2, and 3 to 4? I don't want any of you to work longer hours. I don't want even necessarily to be working that much harder. Just, as I said to Ollie, focused energy, because we all know when we go away on holidays, we can do a week's work in a day. Now, you can't keep that intensity up forever. But if you do 2 to 3 hours of that intensive work every single day, you're ahead of everyone else. Because I watch our team, all right, and 80% of them in, out, move a car, office, have a chat, do a bit of work, get distracted, look at Instagram, look at Facebook. It's just our brains. It's what salespeople do. But the ones, you know, if you look at Batesy especially, Batesy constantly has focused energy. And no doubt, you know, that's the reason why he's our number one. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that routine, I want us to have set our day up. We either do it at night if we're a nighttime person. If not, we find time in the morning. That sets our day up for the next day. All right. Now our day's set up. Now what we need to do. Now in that, you think about it. We've got prospecting, we've got vendor management, and we've got buyer work. Let's set up really good routines for all. So all our vendors, why can't we have in our diary that all our vendors get a call between 8:30 and 9? Now, I don't believe in ringing a vendor every day, but if we know that in our time spot, even if you had 6 vendors at the moment, if you're calling them every second day, or I'm sure sometimes you're going to call them outside of that spot, then you know by 8, 9 o'clock every day you've spoken to all your vendors. I'm just making this up depending on your day. But vendor management, bang, half an hour a day. Boom, next. Our prospecting is at the same time every day. Now, you work it out what you want to do. But 11 to 1, 2 to 4, bang. It's already in your diary. So what's our prospecting routine? And then, you know, I mean, sorry to keep using you, Matt King, but you were there this morning. Then Matt King asked about where do I find the numbers? Well, let's find them before our call center. So we need a really good prospecting routine, as I just said, a vendor management routine. And then really after that, our buyer work, you know, we book appointments in that suit us, not just for the buyers. Now, I don't think in this market, we don't want to make it too hard, but there should be some non-negotiables in our day where we can't do buyer work. Pretty bloody simple. There we go. Alison.
Hi.
So you're pretty on at the moment, but you can get frazzled, yeah?
Yeah.
At time.
Yeah.
What's working for you? Why do you seem, well, when I walk past you, you seem more in control at the moment. What's going on? You have more centered energy. Well, from my model of the world, you talk to me.
Yeah. So I think it's got a lot to do with what I read. I journal a lot daily. Like I do a lot of stuff.
So you have some rituals, yeah? So
rituals, yeah.
Okay, cool. So in the morning, you get up, you walk the dog, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And do you journal in the morning or journal at night?
At night.
At night. Okay, cool. All right. So what's your morning ritual to get ready for the day?
Oh, look, I'm up, walk the dog, coffee, and into the office. Like it's not rocket science. It's just but I always like to just set myself up for the day with a morning walk.
And what's your nighttime routine?
Walk the dog. Walk the dog. And I usually do while I'm preparing dinner, I'll listen to something, some sort of, whether it be a YouTube clip or something that I'm working on at the time. I usually do some gratitude in the evening, journaling. Like I just, because because I don't
And
I
that-
don't need to go home anyone to go home to, which is no problem. But I've got the luxury of being able to sit for an hour and just
and have those
decompress.
little rituals.
Yeah.
So these are good answers, but I reckon there's a bit more to it. So I think you found more structure in your day and more accountability in your day from me watching on.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so that's what I was hoping where we're going to go. So that's good that you set yourself up in the morning and night.
Yeah.
But either you control the day or the day controls you. At the moment, it feels like you're controlling your day. Would that be right?
Yeah, 100%. And I opted in to do the accountability email at the end of every day, which I find some days I think, ugh, but I said I was going to do it. So I decided that, and it helps with focus. So I look and go, oh, how many calls have I done, or where am I up to with price updates, or because I know I don't want to send nothing at the end of the day.
Well, I'm doing accountability at the moment with Lincoln. So I've got to tell him what I eat every day, how much sun I'm getting every day, how much walking I'm doing, what were my challenges every day. And like, I'm used to giving all you guys accountability. So the first couple of days was like, fuck, wait a second, I'm the boss. How, why, blah, 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 blah. But like that accountability has made me have a much better week and made me look at my life. And like I say to you guys is, you know, like a lot of people pay for a personal trainer. Like a personal trainer these days are $90 to $120 an hour. So like, you know, you think about that time of Jake's, whether it's Jake or a leader or my time making you guys accountable, you've actually paid for that service. All right, mate, I'm paying Lincoln $2,000 a month to help me with my wellness and get that structured for a couple of months. So like that's 3 months, it's a $6,000 exercise that I'm spending on him to build accountability in my wellness and my structure. And what we're doing at the moment is building my routines in my life. So that's why I'm talking to you guys about it, because you can sort of have a bit of structure, but I've only just did 15 minutes with him during this week. But like that's the type of money you guys pay. We pay for accountability, and we build a business with accountability for you all. And sometimes it can be like you just said, Al, but it's a resource that you guys get to tap into to make you perform better.
And it's just knowing your numbers, I think, with what you've done. And you know what? I love that saying that Steve Jobs says. He says, you can't join the dots looking forward. You can only join the dots looking back. And I think that accountability allows you to go, oh, particularly at the end of the week, what have I done? And join the dots.
Cool. All right, you're on fire, Alison. I'm going to leave you guys to Alison. She's going to finish up today's training. So cool. Who else have we got?
Don't do that to me.
Bluesy. You there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
How long did you work at First Nats?
I think it was about 11 and a half
11
years.
Do you have this type of accountability there?
No, I didn't. And it wasn't driven. So to be accountable.
And what's it like being an industry legend and then coming into a business with accountability? What's it done?
I don't know whether you're an industry legend. Is that what you're saying, or
you're an industry legend?
Look, I think you're being very kind, David. I'm just a battler of society, just trying to have a go, mate.
You're the most humble man I know, please. You're the most humble man I know.
Okay, what's the question?
Lucky you don't need to be smart to be a good real estate agent. I said, so after 11 years of having a successful career somewhere else and being very respected in the community, and then coming into a business that has accountability and has some structure, what was that change like for you, and what's that meant to your business? 2 questions.
Yeah, originally I found it very difficult because I don't like change, obviously, because I'm older than most and I'm not used to change. But I think the change has been very positive in regards to being accountable, but also to having the flexibility to improve the business as well. I know that she's not on here at the moment, but Katie has been an absolute godsend for my business. So, you know, so we're both talking to each other. We're both being accountable to each other every day. Most days we have meetings every day to basically ensure we're both accountable to each other.
Cool. And I mean, Jakey has one-on-ones with you all. And I know, you know, I've had similar one-on-ones with different people, or I've had to have one-on-ones with people. And then sometimes you're like, oh shit, one-on-one. But you're telling me that you're getting a lot out of it. I mean, obviously those one-on-ones with Jake, you know, Jake's not there every week. People can make it up if they want, or they can turn up flat, or they can turn up inquisitive. Why are you getting so much out of your one-on-ones with Jake?
I think I know. I believe Jake knows which buttons to press.
Yeah.
He knows when to give me space, knows when to push and give me light and shade, so to speak.
Yeah.
I love the meetings with Jake because it organises me to. You go back to that list that you spoke about. I walk out of that meeting and all of a sudden, I've got a list again. I love dealing with Jake. Love it. So as I said, he knows which buttons to press for me.
Okay, cool. All right. So what I want to finish up today, you guys know I don't like long sales training, but what I want to sort of look at is like, e.g. like Matty King this morning, he's like, oh, you got, because I hammered the Wednesday callers. I got upset with they weren't doing enough. And I got some emails back and different thoughts back. But what I want us all to get in the habit, and especially like the Plusy and the Bateses, and I just saw Lee Dixon's head, who went from a really experienced property manager into not knowing much about sales and growing into sales and being open to learning, is that question I want us all to ask. Like, is it working? What can we do different to change it? And can we do it easier? Like, can we do it easier? So like, e.g., if you want to write X amount, well, that's fine. You might want to write any more. Well, can we do it 3 days a week? I was talking to my ex Sharon the other day. We're talking about growth and all that sort of stuff. I said, we don't have the 10X or the 3X culture in our business. It's about what you guys want to write and reaching your potential. And I think when you look through, if you watch any of the, personal development, Buddha things and everything like that, unlimited, not tapping your potential is one of our biggest fears in life. So yeah, once again, it's not about working longer hours. Let's work smarter. Let's sharpen our sword. And e.g., like, I was really happy with Matt asking me that question, but like, if I didn't have breakfast with him this morning, how long would have it taken for him to actually come to me and ask that question? I can't get to my 50 calls. How I'm going to get there? And it's the same. And then if you've got, a different structure to how you want to run your business, that's fine, no problem. But is it working? If it's working, fine. And unfortunately, with sales, it all comes down to numbers, and it comes to the board. And over time, it's like, well, are you achieving your goals? Yes or no? And if it's not, if you're getting crosses on the board, then it's not working. If you're getting ticks on the board, it's working. And that's what it really comes down to. Jakey, thoughts?
I agree with everything you say, Dave.
Well, you get a car.
I got a job for another month.
A week.
Okay.
But, the leadership team, all the time, the question is, what do I need to do to support you guys? What can we do doing better? And then, and then just constantly looking. And I think that's where it is. So for all of you in the next week, think like, what's a question I can ask Dave or Jake or someone else to get better, to do what you do, not to necessarily achieve more, like not in a greed factor, but just to be better. That's where the fun is. That's where the excitement is. Yeah. Cool. So to summarize, what is your morning routine like? What's your prospecting routine like? What's your vendor management routine like? What's your buy work routine like? And what's your evening routine like? And what's your health routine like? What is all that? We talked about capacity last week. I think the routines is where you can really build more capacity. And then the next, have a look at all your businesses in the next week and come up with one thing you can improve on yourself by yourself, or find out something that's not working and that you can tap into Jake and I. And lastly, to understand the accountability is there for you guys, not for us. And to make sure you're getting the most out of Jake on your one-on-ones, that you come a little bit prepared. Cool. Short and sharp. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
So what have you got on today? I think I like Saints, so. I need, more brochures for the children sometime. So I'll need them for it back in June. Street. Oh, yeah. Then I'll be out of luck. Yeah. Yeah. I've got, I want to just go through one. Yeah. I'll do that. Oh, let's basically, I just want to get on. Hopefully we get Tashi's photos back today. Could you start the brochure for it? So that's what I'm doing this morning. Because I have another 11:30 there. So I don't know if we'll get the photos back. But I might have something to hand out. Yeah, if you do that, just, yeah, that would be great. Basically, I'm just waiting. I'm thinking they were selling today because it wouldn't take too long. No, oh yeah, video, yes, we did. Yeah, we did get tomorrow, which I thought was a bit weird being at my house. Anyway. He said he can go back. Sometimes he says he doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got that via appointment at Bridge Street at 11:30. Then at 2:30, I've got the reserve meeting for 46 Street. Now I'm just going to send you a report now, and I'm going to email it to them to have a look at it for it. I have photos at Field Street, and I'm coming back into Johnson Chase at 4:30 and back out to Lycett via inspections at 5 and 5:15. For the first year of mine today, oh my bad, we've got. For a few things that I've got a book. Yeah. Yeah, so I should my calls and stuff between now and going to Bridge Street. So, what this afternoon, do you get that? And I'm sorry, like this morning. Well, no, why don't I take mine out of my car? Okay, or I can just go like that way and go the other way. Or just get the ones in my car. No, because you can bring them back tomorrow. I can get this on to Saturday. Is that all right? Yeah. And I'll give you my mat. Do you feel comfortable doing that order?